It is well known, or a well-known fact that for businesses in Nigeria to thrive, there are factors that can choke or wither the growth of the business. These factors range from power to government policies and various economic instabilities. Amidst all that, one of the leading local manufacturers, distributors, and marketers of food and beverage in Nigeria, Rite Food Limited, incorporated in 2008, has been one out of many Nigerian-owned businesses that have proven to stand out against all odds. Well, it is not surprising, therefore, that in just few years of being in business, the company has almost overtaken giants in the line of business, succeeding in harsh economic climates to stand out in order to manufacture products that are of best qualities and internationally acceptable. Now, as a result of this outstanding success in its round-the-clock operations, Rite Foods has continued to satisfy its numerous consumers with the production, distribution, branding, and marketing of world-class quality foods and beverage as it rolls off tens of thousands of products into the market daily. Well, joining me live in our Lagos studio to give more insight into its new prospects for business integration, I'm opportunity to have the Managing Director, Rite Food Limited, Mr. Selim Adegunwa. Did I get any more? Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Adegunwa. I appreciate your time. Well, very interesting intro there, all Nigerian brand. But before we go there, the company was first known to produce sausages and all of it, but all of a sudden, carbonated drinks, energy drinks, and all that came into play. Can you take us through how you got here?
Well, actually, it's interesting you say all of a sudden, because it was actually, if you take a look at our name, we have S at the end of foods.
Yes.
So it was always right from the onset. We have a list of to-do list. So always simply doing it, just releasing it one after the other. So yes, we started with the sausages, then we moved, the natural progression once you have food is something to drink. So we moved on to the carbonated soft drinks, and then thereafter we have the energy drink. We still have a lot more other products as well coming out. So yes, it will always seem like all of a sudden to the consumer, but in our books, it's part of our blueprint.
Wow, so that S already was there, so we should be expecting that.
That's
but let's now challenges, with this transformation and this growth. How has it been in Nigeria with our climate? We're talking earlier about the economy and all of that.
Yes, for us, really, I think the greatest transformation is being a Nigerian brand. So one of the things we discovered very early on was there's a need to change the philosophy and the mindset of people to understand that yes, you're 100% Nigerian, but you can operate on a world-class standard. So one of the things we had to do was change the mindset with consumers and also even the supply chain, your distributors, and having people to have interest in them. We talked today because the brand now is going on, 5 years on the beverage side now. So we talk from a different perspective, but I know what it was like 5 years ago, where nobody seemed to want to touch it. So there was a need to change the mindset. And once we change the philosophy, you change your thought pattern. And once you change your thought pattern, your attitude changes, which of course leads to behavioral, and then people take action. Yeah. So today, it's a lot more easier. But for me, that seems to be the greatest challenge, which is always for people to be able to be comfortable with a 100% Nigerian brand. That's doing absolutely world-class products.
Indeed, that takes me to even how your staff and other stakeholders are taking this transformation currently ongoing in the company. How receptive are they to
we have a terminology we use internally. We say we must not have a slave mentality. And that is very much what we all use internally. So our internal team understand this quite well. And same thing with our stakeholders. They've gotten used to the fact that, okay, when you're working with Rite Foods, you really must come to the table with your A game, because these guys operate on the world-class standards.
This also caught me truly world-class and proudly Nigerian. I'm always very proud of that Nigerian brand because I'm waiting for that time where we also come on air and we have all Nigerian, all we wear will be all Nigerian. Yeah. But I think we'll get to that point. But tell us, why that statement, truly world-class and proudly Nigerian?
It was actually intentional. If you notice, we put the truly world-class first before the proudly Nigerian, because that's really what it's about. Before you start claiming your nationality, you must have, why should I patronize you without losing value? with the competing brands. So the first thing is to ensure that your product matches anything produced in any other parts of the country, Asia, Europe, or anywhere else. And then the proud Nigerian bit of it is just to keep reminding ourselves that, hey, and talking to fellow Nigerians at the moment, that if you're already not thinking Nigerian, you're not thinking buying Nigerian, you need to get with the program, because there are people doing this, and we have quite a lot of people doing this already. So we're very intentional about that. I remember when we wanted to start, I wanted to put the Nigerian flags on our bottle. And, we had a lot of people skeptical.
About it?
Yeah, that once you put the Nigerian flag on the bottle, then that means it's inferior. But look at it today.
No.
It's a non-issue. And now we've even got the multinationals all putting Nigerian flags on their bottles. So, yeah, I think it's been quite an achievement.
Wow, that was a great one, great move there. Now, COVID-19 has come with its impacts, and all businesses are faced with it, particularly when we talk about Forex and scarcity of Forex for business people like you. How has it been? We must ask you, how have you coped with this?
It's been quite a challenge, as you say, for everybody, especially for people with your raw materials.
Yes.
Trying to get in your raw materials. It's been quite a bit of a challenge. Fortunately for us, we keep a fairly large inventory. So you've not been able to be as impacted as some of our suppliers have been. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It's been quite a bit of a challenge.
We're looking inwards, maybe one way or the other?
We've always done that.
Great.
With a lot of our raw materials, much of it is actually locally sourced. So we didn't have that sudden challenge.
Good.
And it's an ongoing exercise where we keep looking at ensuring everything you use is locally produced.
Well, government is key in making your business more, of course, ease of doing business and all of that. We've seen this government particularly focused on encouraging businesses, indigenized and businesses to stay afloat. Now, what would you say, what would you want government to do? What challenges do you face that you think they have a role to play in making it easier for you?
I'm not sure if you say what more or just them doing their job.
That's true.
Yeah, it's the basics.
Considering the Nigerian factor, maybe they'll do more. Well, I agree with you. It's their job. It needs to be done.
Access to roads, access to market, power, ease of doing business. Fortunately for us, we're located in Ogun State. So we have a very good listening ear over there. So they put in quite a bit of an effort. But like you already mentioned, there's a lot more that can be done, and it's basically what we will consider as the basics. Really, just them doing their job.
Indeed, the manufacturing sector needs a lot, just to get it better. But let's now look at your products again. Interestingly, what would you say about distribution? How has it been across the country, and how are Nigerians also taking it?
We're nationally, we distribute nationally.
Oh,
so we're all over. There really wouldn't be a location that you wouldn't find the product. So that has been quite an interesting exercise. You asked how consumers are receiving it? Quite well. I mean, when you take a look at our energy drink, for example, with Fearless, it's a product that is grossly the market leader with unrivaled, really. So the products are well received, and it can be found nationally.
Now, to something also very important, that's about the sponsorship and some big ticket media assets. At this very time where all companies are crying, you know what it means. Now, what's driving this one, and what more can we know? What's driving this?
All the sponsorships you see us doing are actually very much in line with our marketing strategy. We have a song this year, which is about brand equity, brand building. And so this falls in line with that, whereby the narrative of driving to make sure that our target audience find our brands, the go-to brand. While at the same time, we must make sure that we find partners that we can find mutual benefits with. So it's very much all in line with our marketing strategy.
I know, what more would you want Nigerians to know? Because you're really doing very well. I must congratulate you with all of this that we've seen. What more do you want Nigerians to know about Rite Food?
That's a $1 million question. The brands, the products are absolutely world class. From production, I'm talking your raw materials, your inputs, your economic, your being green, and doing everything as it should
be done.
And that is, it's a brand that I think everybody should be proud of. I always encourage people, visit our websites, visit our YouTube pages, you'll see the factory. And even better still, visit the factory as well. We are very open to that, so people can see that when we claim world class, it's not just a slogan, it's a statement of fact.
Wow. That's a really good way to live it, because I wanted to ask you we've already said what you have for Nigerians and for Nigerian, for consumers, they still want more. The energy drink and the carbonated drinks, Nigerians want more.
Well, if you take a look at what we've done even today,
yeah.
Even with the carbonated drinks, we have the most flavors than any of the competition out there. So we are the most innovative brand. We've got 11 flavors of carbonated drinks. We've got 2 of the energy. So in total, as of today, we're already on 14 different flavors, which our competitors are not doing. So already, well, yeah, but you're right. There's a lot more to come, and we're looking forward to that.
Nigerians should expect more of that.
Absolutely.
Mr. Salim Adego, I must say, it's very, very nice having you on our show, and that thing keeps taking me back. Nigerian brand, 100%. It makes me have that feeling that, yes, Nigeria, we will get there. We're already there.
Absolutely.
I believe so.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for spending your afternoon with us on Business Nigeria and, talking about all of this.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate this.
Cheers.